back up after. I don't want to fuck around with it right now. Come on, hook up. Okay.
Well, when I was a kid, I'd take a trip every summer down to Mississippi, visit my granny in her antebellum world. I'd run barefooted all day long, climbing trees, free as a song. One day, I happened to catch myself a squirrel. Well, I stuffed him down in an old shoebox and punched a couple holes in the top. When Sunday came, I snuck him into church. I was sitting way back in the very last pew, showing him to my good buddy Hugh. When that squirrel got loose, went totally berserk. But what happened next is hard to tell. Some thought it was heaven, others thought it was hell. But the fact that something was among us was plain to see. As the choir sang, "I surrender all," the squirrel ran up Harv Newland's coveralls, and Harv leaped to his feet and said, "Something's got a hold on me!" Yeah! The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a fight for survival that broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting, "Hallelujah!" Well, Harv hit the out dancing and screaming. Some thought he had religion, others thought he had a demon, and Harv thought he had a weed eater loose and he screwed the moons. He fell to his knees to plead and beg, and that squirrel ran out of his breeches leg unobserved to the other side of the room. All the way down to the amen pew where sat Sister Bertha Better Than You, who'd been watching all the commotion with sadistic glee. Should have seen that look in her eyes when that squirrel jumped her garters and crossed her thighs. She jumped to her feet and said, "Lord, have mercy on me." As that squirrel made laps inside her dress, she began to cry and then to confess to sins and make a sailor blush with shame. She told of gossip and church dissension, but the thing that got the most attention was when she talked about her love life. And then she started naming names. The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a fight for survival that broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting, "Hallelujah!" 7 deacons and the pastor got saved, and $25,000 was raised, and 50 volunteered for missions in the Congo on the spot. And even without an invitation, there were at least 500 rededications, and we all got rebaptized whether we needed it or not. Now you've heard the Bible story, I guess, how he parted the waters for Moses to pass. Oh, the miracles God has wrought in this old world. But the one I'll remember till my dying day is how he put that church back on the narrow way with a half-crazed Mississippi squirrel. The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a fight for survival that broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting, "Hallelujah!" The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula. It was a fight for survival that broke out in revival. They were jumping pews and shouting, "Hallelujah!"
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome to the new and improved Podcasts.
Thank you. Yay.
Through the highs and the lows for 4 years running, the Podcasts have been here for you, bringing the victories and the defeats, the joys and the sorrows, and we're just getting started. I'm your show producer, Bella, the coordinator of the chaos, and if you want to talk to Scott, you got to get through me, so be nice. Here at the Podcast, we do it a bit different. We're all about the investment element of crypto, no hype, but rational and objective context of what we are buying and what we are selling. And we strive to be entertaining and informative while we do it. So strap in, fill your glass, and without any further ado, I give you the podcaster himself, the one and only Great Scott. Dazzle me, boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. I know Belle says it, but I've been saying it for 4 years, and I'm going to keep saying it, all right? I like to say it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the radio DJ voice, man. It just spins up, baby. How's everybody doing tonight? Are you guys having a wonderful time? Do me a favor. Comment a lot. Talk a lot. Thumbs up, all that stuff. I've kind of made my New Year's resolution, and I'm going to need your help. And we've been doing this forever and ever, Belle, haven't we? Long, long time. And
Oh, yeah.
And I've never really reached out and asked for aggressive help. I'm asking for it now. I made my New Year's resolution. And between you, me, the lamppost, everybody else, I'm tired of being working electrical. It's neat. I have a great job. I have a fantastic job. I've been doing what I've been doing for 25 plus years. I like it. And it's wonderful, but it's not inspiring anymore. I don't feel like it's my gift. I like this. This is what I want to do. So for my 2024 resolution, I'm going to do everything I can to put that part of my life behind and put this part of my life in front of me. Because if you got to finish it up, and I'm 52 now, I'm not exactly, I'm not exactly a dinosaur, but for this space, I'm pretty much a dinosaur. But if you got to finish it up doing what you're passionate about. And this is what I'm incredibly passionate about. Now, a couple things have to happen first. The funny thing is I don't need the money. I'm doing all right. All right. I'm doing okay. You guys have seen my wallets, my trades, everything. I'm doing fine, but it's not the point. The point is what we do has value, and it should be compensated. So a couple things that we're working on, a couple things that we're working out. If we can make all those things happen, then you're going to have it just entirely too much of me. Now, we are planning this. I got the studios. It's being built again right now. So we're going to be moving over to a studio format as opposed to what we're doing right now, even though I like doing it. It's easy. It's really easy to do this. But the setup, because I've been, this is a very, very custom space right here, and it's very, very easy for us to do it. But we want to we want to change it up. So I need my old radio setup back, man. That's what I really need. I need my old radio setup. That's what we're going to be doing, and it's just being roughed out right now. So we put the finishing touches on it. Boom, there we go. The live streams aren't going to change. We're still going to go Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and breaking things. Something big happens. We're going to be live that night. But I do plan on being live every day for a half-hour lunch show. I'm going to hit the things that are giving people anxiety right now. I'm going to pop up, going to discuss them. I'm going to give you my opinion on them. I'm going to try to make money on them. And that's it, man. So it's just a little half-hour lunchtime. We get in, we get out, we do it. Plan on setting up an actual podcast because, again, old radio guy, man. I love doing radio. But I've gotten a lot of feedback from you guys over the years. And a lot of you, they listen to our longer shows when they're at work or doing something like that. And it's just easier to listen to it as a podcast so that you don't have to pay attention to what I'm doing or my arms waving about or anything like that. So I'm probably going to be doing that for some of the deeper dives. So like when Eric Astrovald and I are really going at it from technical, financial, deeper economic level. That's not for everybody, but for the people who it is for, we want to make sure that we give you really, really good production value. And in this case, it's all in the audio. So gonna spin something like that up. Gonna keep the videos coming, but it's gonna be a lot more of what I am interested in, and as opposed to just trying to hit whatever's flavorful right now. I don't care what's flavorful for right now, man. I didn't make my money by doing what everybody else did. I made my money doing what I thought was right, and it worked out. So I think if we can combine that with going on often, because the more you do it, the better you roll with it. And I want to represent the Cosmos curve. That's my goal. I don't really want to get into fistfights with anybody out here as far as Adam and Ozma and all that other stuff, man. Look, they're well moneyed. They can pretty much do what they want. But I don't see them, aside from some IBC expansion, there's lots of other L1s out there that are trying to do all that. But aside from some of that, man, look, it's old guard, it's old money, and they did what they were intending to do. So their exponential growth, meaning really breaking down barriers, changing the way things are done. I think that time has already occurred, and we're in it right now, but it's time for something new. And Eric... Astrovault Eric, he uses that term Cosmos curve, man, and it's really catching on with me because I understand what he's saying with that. And the more I interview the Carters, and the more I interview the Erics, and the more I interview with quite a few people that we have coming up, by the way, guys, we're not going to spill it. We'll let you know when they're on. But I'm starting to see this evolution of the alt is starting to come up, and I think that's where the value is going to be. That's where 2024 is going to be taking me. I'm heavy in DePIN, decentralized physical infrastructure. I've shown you guys the wallets. These are home runs, and they haven't even started. That's the fun thing about that, man. Look, Jackal is absolutely going to just take me there, man. I mean, new tax bracket and all that stuff. But a cash is still just soldiering along, man. And when as more people start to pick up on this, as Fetch starts to do better, as Arise, and Fetch has already been a monstrous home run, by the way, but as Fetch continues to roll out these products, this innovation, and when people start putting all these things together and utilizing the cloud infrastructure that exists out here, not because it's better, even though I think it is, but because it's cheaper, which it absolutely is, people are going to pick up on this. It's just a matter of time. DePIN moves slow. What can I tell you? AI is all about the future, the vision, and yeah. So everything that they're starting to bring in now, it's going to start to come to fruition, man. 2024 is going to be a monster year. One, it's going to be delicate economically. It has to be. It's an election year. You guys are aware that 2024 is an election year, right? So people are going to be a little bit more delicate with what they're doing and the moves. The Feds will cut rates. They've already foreshadowed this, cutting it at least two times, 75 basis points, at least two. These are big things, and it's going to start to inspire confidence, start to rejuvenate. Now, our housing market, man, that's a ways off from improvement. That's still years off. When you're looking at people that are in 2% mortgages, there's no way they're going into an 8% mortgage. And the lifeblood of America, the lifeblood of this economy is housing. Like it, don't like it, doesn't matter. It is what it is. Wall Street, all of that, we're just cycling money, man. That's all we're doing. And you're cycling money with increased inflation, so that there is, in fact, more. And you get 2023 like we had. But for the good, solid, organic growth, you got to get those interest rates down, and you've got to start making some moves. You've got to start fixing the supply lines in this country. Let me give you a perfect example of a problem. You guys know what circuit breakers are, right? And anybody who's ever worked in any kind of heavy industry or data center understands these are these big monstrous breakers, push to turn on, push to turn off. I had to order one for a customer. I don't do it. I just, hey, we need this. Okay, I'll put that in for you. And you know what the lead time was? Anybody? The lead time was 50 weeks. That is 50 weeks to get a circuit breaker, to get an industrial rated 2000 amp circuit breaker was 50 weeks, almost an entire year. Now, again, if you work in this industry, you know that we can't wait a year. We cannot wait a year. When we need it right now. And these guys are cash heavy. So you're going to start to see a new, the supply lines are going to get fixed. They have to. It's by necessity because we're growing out industrially, man. Now, there might be data centers as opposed to warehouses, but it doesn't matter. It's the fact that this growth is still happening, so it's wonderful. but I want to be positioned before all of this stuff starts to pop, because I'm expecting a very, very good 2024, and the nucleus of that 2024 is already kind of built. It's already starting to spin up. It's spinning up around Astrovault. It's spinning up around it's spinning up around Shea Dex. As soon as they get their marketing done, it's going to be wonderful. Now, I saw Eric commenting, dude. I understand you guys are like this, man. Look, it works for me because I'm an investor, and competition drives innovation. It will make both of these teams work harder, work smarter, work faster, and do better for the people that want to park money with you. It makes you work harder for that. That works well for me. That works well for us. We're investor advocates. So yes, as much competition as possible, and may the best man win. This is still America. And this is the way it works. So I'm I'm jazzed up to see how these titans are going to continue to battle it out. But it's not only that, man. Look, AI and DPIN are going to be monsters for me. They were already monsters this year. That's the funny thing. It's not like I'm talking about this from so damn long ago that I didn't have a really, really good year on Fetch. Let's look at Fetch over 1 year. 1 second there. That's Fetch over 1 year. That's Fetch at 9 cents. A year ago today, Fetch was 9 cents. Today, it's 70 cents. That's from 9 cents up to there, and I bought all of mine at 6, just a little bit before this. So to say that it hasn't been an incredibly good year for me, man, would be just a wild, wild understatement. And I have no particular problem with taking a victory lap when you took the risk. I took the risk. That's all it is. Let's take a look at one of my other favorite projects right here. Let's look at Jackal over 90 days. 3 months, guys. 3 months. So we're not talking about rode through a huge bubble, even though it did launch in the bubble. But for that thing 3 months ago, you got the token at a nickel. At a nickel. Now, you guys have watched my show for a long, long time. Most of you have. And you know that I was buying it up here. That's 2 cents. That's 0.022 cents, and that's where it's at right now. We haven't even begun to see the beginning of this thing because they keep making it better. They build, they deliver, they're driving partnerships. Listen up to these things because they are literally giving you the roadmap. They are telling you flat out, this is how we're going to be doing it. That's great for the product. That's wonderful for everybody because these are consumer-facing products. Love it. But for an investor like me, for a show that is an advocate for investors, it's being spoon-fed to you guys. It is just spoon-fed. So as much as I appreciate Kajira, as much as I appreciate Adam and Osmo and all the people who got it here, my bigger percentage gains are going to be everything that's going to exist out there on the Cosmos curve. I am investing heavily in it. You guys know this. So that was my 2023 summary, man. We hit some black swan events. It was awful. And yeah. But we're rising out of this. And we are we're going to pull out. I absolutely believe the Bitcoin ETF is going to happen. I'm indifferent to it. I don't care. But anything that drives money and visibility over here to crypto, it's going to be good for all of us in the long term. Now, where's it going to really come down? I said that those are the two big ones for me, AI and DPIN. The third is going to be entertainment. Now, I just saw that comment, Bell. Was somebody asking about Passage?
Someone was asking on Discord about Passage, yes.
You mean this Passage? Do you mean this one right here? Do you mean the one that that Greg from Akash was actually talking about today? Do you think it's this one? These guys are building incredible shit. Now, what do I need for me to really move in on them? Believe it or not, I need to see them over on Astrovault. That's where I need to see them. All right, they are going to have to figure out, and it's going to go like this for all of these. Let's just call them curve tokens. They're going to have to figure out that they are going to have to go where their community is. Right now, Osmo is a community for cannibalization. It is a community of very, very aggressive mercenary capital. I know because I make all my money there. But that's the community that they've built out. How do we make token go up? Where should we buy it? How can we trick people in? How can we get more memes listed? How can we do all of this stuff? Instead of people coming up saying, how can we actually support products by using products? Now that's the Cosmos curve. because virtually everything that's over there right now on Astrovault, this one right here, virtually everything over here on that little DEX, which hadn't even launched their token yet, but virtually everything that's over here right now are all use case curve tokens. And I'm going to coin the phrase. I'm going to say it over and over to the point where you're just sick of me saying it. But when I say it, you're going to understand what I'm talking about. Altar, Archway, Atom, because you got to have it, man. We're still Cosmos. But look, Bicana. All right. Excellent pay rail. Dissenter. You're looking at this on Dissenter. All right, an excellent level 1 browser over here. Think Brave, but better. That's the center. Ethereum, because you got to have it. IST, and I know Eric's kind of hot and heavy on that. I'll never agree with that. I will always take that. I'll always take something over IST. But if I have no choice, and those are the only pools he'll build me, then I'll use IST. Jackal. We all know what the hell Jackal is. Look, Bitcoin. Got to have Bitcoin. And I'm going to look into my crystal ball right now and say that bang for the buck on this DEX, once that token and the incentives go live, you're going to see the biggest incentive is going to be sitting on that pool right there. That is Wrap Bitcoin and USDC Noble, because you get the most bang for the buck out of Bitcoin. You will never be taken seriously unless you have Bitcoin up there in a big pool. Now, most of that money right there is mine. I plan on adding at least a single zero to that. So I want to have at least $250,000 in Bitcoin and Noble, and I've got to have it up there before the ETFs go live, because I just want to home run this damn thing. But the new one, by the way, and I'm not going to sing its praises because I'm already down about 30% on this one. That's that Quan, which is another gaming platform, but it works for me, guys, because I'm looking for entertainment. That is going to be the third big thing that's going to bring it all together. So gaming, Passage, I want to see all of these things happen. I want to see them all come together, and I want to see them all exist out there on that Cosmos curve, because that's going to be the one for me. So anyway, let's call that the kind of the year in review, man. Now, please keep chatting. You understand that every time you put a chat message in there, it ups us in the algorithm. People want to see a very, very high chat rate, and YouTube definitely does. That means we're interacting and being engaging and all that. So the more you guys type, the better it is for us. I don't care if you just tell me to go screw myself, man. At least it's a message, and I'm kind of cool with it. So the muse was really hitting me this morning, and so Bell was working really hard to find us some new sponsors. Now, one of them is so questionable, I'm not even sure if I can read it. Bell, I don't know. You know which one I'm talking about. I don't even know if I could read that one. I'll tell you what, I'll think about it here. So in the meantime, I think you have a new product that you want to tell everybody about. Is that correct?
I do have a new product.
Okay, Belle, then talk it up, and we'll come on back. Go.
Attention, distracted drivers. Tired of all those passive-aggressive beeping sounds when you stray from the road? Did you stray from the road because you were being an ass and not paying attention? Are you the type of driver that gets the finger thrown your way a lot? Well, now, friends, there's a solution. Introducing the Texting Deterrent Deluxe. Say goodbye to those mundane airbags and welcome to the future, where a friendly reminder takes the form of a giant steel spike. Imagine this. You're texting away, not a care in the world, and bam! The Texting Deterrent Deluxe pops up, gently encouraging you to put the phone down. Worried about safety? Good. You suck, and we're all tired of it. The spike extends with the speed of a switchblade. So if you think you are more important than anyone else, you are about to find out that it just isn't so. Stop being a menace. Stop being an ass and just drive the damn car. How hard is that? Order now and receive a free set of driving mittens to keep your hands safely away from the spike, because we care about your safety. Drive distraction-free with the Texting Deterrent Deluxe, because nothing says focus on the road like a giant steel spike and the fear of imminent death. Think about it, and we'll be right back.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you, Dave. What was his name, Bell? Political, what is it? Say his name?
Politi-Pal.
Don't quit your day job. Babe, I can buy and sell you. You should really, really do some research before you come up here with your internet anonymity tough guy bullshit. I've been doing this forever, and I've been pantsing and verbally filleting people just like you forever. I've been very, very calm, and I think anyone who's watched a show the last year knows that I've been kind of holding back on really going feral on jerk-offs like you. But I don't have to anymore. You know why, dude? Because I don't need the money. That's why. Do you know why I don't need the money? Because I'm a smart investor. And I make video after video after video showing exactly what I do, how I do it. And I'm doing just fine. So as far as me, I work because I choose to, not because I have to. You would just, let's be honest, dude. All right. You wish that you had my life, even if I'm old and fat. Carry on, Belle. What do we got? Questions, comments, concerns, observations?
Right. So Ruben Upon, how about Odin?
Odin. You know what? They launched at a very inappropriate time, and they launched in a very inappropriate space, man. That was kind of tough for them. It was, aside from the Oracle, and I used to be able to clap at that. Hey, we need oracles. We need decentralized. We need more oracles, and yeah. But I mean, everybody's building an oracle now. Jackal has an oracle. I mean, everybody's spinning it up. So the days of you being focused purely on as an oracle, I think those days are behind us now. So that was kind of one of the big things. I haven't looked into it that deeply, sir, anymore to see if they've maybe pivoted and are doing something else. But as far as really breaking the mold, breaking the internet, changing everything, and we're all Odin fans, man, I don't see it. If I did, I'd probably own some of the token. I really don't own much of it. So I tend not to talk about things that I don't personally own. I don't have that kind of ego, babe. But at one time I did, and made some money on it, and then it shit the bed like everything else. So I don't know. I'm just going to put a big old pin in the I don't know thing on Odin. So anyway, hope that answered the question. Bell, carry on.
All right, John S., what happens when someone decides to tie all these use case together and monetize it?
I don't know. This is what happens right here. That's what happens. It's starting to come to fruition, and I was just riding in the back seat on a Twitter space last week, and some of the people that were on there was we had Flix, we had Jackal, and there were a couple of other products, but they were already talking about what you're talking about right there. And 2024 is also going to be the year of collaborations, because right now crypto is incredibly tribal. And if you spend any time in the crypto world, I'm pretty sure you're aware that it is incredibly tribal. But there's strength in numbers here. And I mean, there are massive strength in numbers, because you're talking about binding passionate communities together and opening their eyes a little bit, opening their minds a little bit to understand that something like Flix, and I'm a fan of Flix. They need They really need to clean up that user experience, though, man. There are just it's just ease of life things that they're kind of riding the line between catering to the creators. I hate that word, by the way. Catering to the people who make videos and catering to the people who watch videos. And there's some quality of life things that they have to get together. But they're already talking. Yeah, they're partnering with Jackal because they host video files. And guess who loves hosting video files? Any data storage network that exists. So they're already in the works, partnering with Jackal, going to be hosting. Jackal's going to be picking up their videos over there, guys. That's massive, massive usage. Videos are huge. And you tie that one together with the fact that Jackal's already partnered with Archway. They're partnered over with Astrovault. And they're getting their tentacles out into all of these different small scale enterprise type things, these L1s, and they're literally tying these together. So when you see that, DPIN is always kind of the issue with this is if anybody who's using AWS and claiming privacy, dude, you just lost. All right, your argument is moot because I work in those places and I know what they do with your data. It ain't your data. They allow you to use them, but it's not your data because they can do whatever the hell they want with it. But when you start to bind all these things together, and again, that's the Cosmos curve. That's not my term, by the way. That's Eric's. But when you start to put that together, which they are starting to put it together, that's all of my money's going over there. And I have a decent, I have a little bit. So, no, man, that's going to be it for me, man. All of that stuff is going to be right there. It's happening right now, and we're going to be covering it. Hope that answered the question. Bell, carry on.
Microman, has Alter changed anything significant? You were scathing about their security way back when.
I'm still scathing about it a little bit. Oscar is I can't crack that guy, man. I just cannot crack that nut. Look, man, I'm here to help because I want to use your product. I really do. And Bella and I have had meetings with these guys. We've literally had meetings with him, and we sit down and he's very attentive and he's writing everything down, and then he completely ghosts us afterwards. We are giving you the roadmap to make your product work because we understand consumers. And the big problem with all of these different consumer-facing apps is that they simply don't understand consumers. You have got to build from the consumer and then push backward into the tech. That's the way you have to do it. And Alter has the tech, but it is not quite there yet. So we love hooking up and talking with the guy and saying, hey, look, add this, add this, add this. It's easy for me. I can push this thing out because I think it's a good product. And then they just completely ghost us afterwards. So as much as I would like to climb on the Alter chain because they are, in fact, an app. It's an app. You could put it on your I have it here on my phone, is what I'm saying, is that these things are actually out and they exist. If I can find it. Hang on. I don't use it that much because it gets a little shady there. But I'm looking for the Alter app, Bell. It's on my phone here. Anyway, look, I have Alter here on my phone. So it's actually a consumer app, and I am on the soapbox about apps, not chains. They have an app, but they are not going to crack it unless they start thinking about the consumer experience, and they're not quite there yet. I love the fact that they're over here. I love the fact that they're sitting right over here on Archway. I think it's a huge ad. They're starting to wrap themselves into everything else. You notice that I don't own a lot of it because they haven't shown me what I asked for yet. And when they do, you'll see zeros behind this one because I do believe that they can make it work. I do believe that they can make it work, and I believe that it'll be a popular thing. So when they can do that, they're there. As far as me bending over and kissing people's ass, I don't have to do that. And I'm going to point out things that I believe are wrong. Doesn't mean I'm correct. It just means this is the way I see it. Anyway, carry on, Belle.
All right. So Lobo the 13th, a DEX with Bitcoin, a good investment?
DEX, I think every DEX should have Bitcoin on it, man. Look, it's like it or not, and I don't, but it's gold standard out here, man. Look, everybody in the world knows Bitcoin. Everybody. You know what I mean? I don't like to speak in absolutes, but If you were to mention Bitcoin to your grandmother, odds are good she's heard of it. Might not have any, doesn't understand blockchain, how it works, any of that, but it doesn't matter. The fact is that she's heard of it. And if you're trying to attract investors, you have got to show them products that they know, products that they're comfortable with, products that they understand. And I'll argue up and down that any DEX that doesn't have Bitcoin on it is just going to stay very, very, I mean, it's going to just stay incredibly obscure because, you know, it's not really that. Let me give you a perfect example. This is one that I use every single day, and not this wallet, but a different. I actually got a lot of money over here because it's a farming DEX. But do you notice what you don't see over here? You don't see any Bitcoin. It's just not there. This thing has had effectively the same TVL for years. It really hasn't changed any. And there's nothing over here that's really going to blow this thing out. It's not going to because there's no Bitcoin here. There's no Ethereum here. All right, this is a troglodyte DEX. This thing exists for one thing and one chain. And the only token that is up here that's really paired with anything is Orion. That's it. So if you want to stay in that world, this small little world like this, and don't get me wrong, man, look, they're making a good living. I'm not knocking anybody, but you're never going to 10x that. It's not going to happen. There's nothing over there to... There's nothing over there to reasonably park that you don't have to worry about. Bitcoin is one of those things that you really don't have to worry about. You're not going to 10x Bitcoin. I get it, man. I listen to Michael Saylor and Kathy Woods and all these other maniacs that, oh, yeah, well, when Bitcoin hits 600,000, you'll change your tune. It's not going to. All right, it's not going to. I don't believe that for even a second. So I need to have some in there because I believe that it's more or less secure. All right, Bitcoin doesn't go up and down 20% in a day. But I want to park money and I want to earn something on it, but I can't do it on those DEXs. But I can do it on Astrovault because they have the pool. I can do it over on Shade because they have the pool. So if you are serious about what you're building out over here, you got to have some Bitcoin on it. That's just my opinion. What the hell do I know? Carry on, Bell.
Amadeo, aren't meme coins, gamble fee, maybe the ones to sell the best shovels are worth considering?
You know, meme coin, it's game theory, man. It's game theory. I would not recommend that anybody go near a meme coin unless you understand deep economic theory. All right. And particularly something called the Nash equilibrium. If you are not familiar with the Nash equilibrium, stay away from meme coins. You have to look, they're fun. They're neat. They're gambling. Everybody understands. People like to gamble. I like to gamble. We do. But there is so much risk in these meme coins. And if you don't understand market psychology, economics, and the Nash equilibrium, if you don't know what those things are, if I say to you greater fool theory, and you don't understand what that is, then you should not get into meme coins. Now, if you want to know what it is, podcasts, we make videos. I explain it all. You should understand these things before you get into memes. And if you do understand all this, that's a funny thing, you could do well. I've done well in those things. But is it a long-term kind of thing? God, no, man. Look, they're fly-by-night, all right? They're in, they're out. They're calling cards. They're things that, they're Amway. They're all of these things that just seem shady because they are. But if you understand and do some research and not into the token itself. The token's a goddamn smart contract, all right? You don't need a lot of research. They're going to dress it up, trying to sell it, tell you that this one is different, but it isn't. It's a smart contract. And the only way that you can make a lot of money is for somebody else to lose a lot of money. It is what it is. But if you understand that, you can make some smart investments in those things. I mean, it's all timing. It's all timing, and you have got to know how to sell. But if you do, you can do all right. Anyway, carry on, Bill.
All right, John S. When amuse.
When amuse. So I'm having some developer trouble right now. But I'm going to rectify this, and that's it. I'm giving them a week. You show it to me now or return everything. Give me the laptops, give me my code, give me my GitHub, and I will literally go to Reese. I will literally pay him and say, finish this up because I bet he could do it in a day. So you're going to be seeing that thing one way or another real soon. It just matters who I'm paying. How hard is this? Because I'll tell you what, it royally pisses me off. You've taken my money for months. And months and months and months. And you keep talking and you keep doing all this other shit. And when, the rubber meets the road, I pay you. I make that money show up every single time, but every time you say, yep, we got it, it's here, next day, don't worry, announce, we got it, and then you literally ghost me, the guy who's paying you, we're going to have fucking problems. And I can find another one of you. You know why? Because I got capital. But Amuse is coming very, very soon. Belle, carry on.
Emily Isaac, does Astrovault run on dCenter?
Does Astrovault run on dCenter? No. dCenter's just a browser. I hesitate. I don't know if Emily's a boy or a girl. So you never know. That's the internet. I assume everybody out here is a male. Does it run on dCenter? Meaning, will it function on dCenter? Sure. This is dCenter right now, and this is Astrovault right here. So absolutely, it'll function on here. dCenter's Chromium, so anything that will run on Chrome is going to run just fine over here on dCenter. It's just going to run faster, more efficiently, and what did they say? Like 190 something callbacks to Google that don't exist on dCenter that do exist anywhere else. So I'm a big fan. If that's what you were asking, if you're asking, is it built on dCenter? No, it's built on Archway. Anyway, carry on, Bill.
All right, Makokata Streamwalker dropping the comment, need a token called Vizzini.
Is that what we need? You know, the thing that's missing from my life is more meme tokens, particularly ones. I will never, ever be involved in a meme token. I refuse, man. Look, you can make money in crypto. You can. If you invest smartly, if you understand economic theory, if you understand market sentiment, if you understand what you're looking at. And we make it easy because we tell you. That I consider it. I consider it borderline treasonous. Any of these fucking Cosmos mouthpieces that sit up there and spout out meme tokens. Look, man, there's other ways to be entertaining. You don't have to do this while you butt fuck people, and I am sick of it. And I got no problem calling you out, man. What are you gonna do to me? What are you gonna do to me? We're already a very, very small channel, man. What are you going to do, make us smaller? But no, I got no problem calling you out, man, because there's lots of different ways that you could do well over here, and you guys are going out of your way to lead people. You're like the Pied Piper, just leading people out of town, getting them out there and slaughtering them because you can't figure out how to do this any other way. I consider it revolting, shame on you, and all that other stuff, and I got nothing better to do anymore, babe, than to call you out. Carry on, Belle. One more, and then we got to go to break.
You know what? Maybe instead of a token called Vizzini, we just need to put Vizzini T-shirts available on the podcast merch store when we get it built.
We're never gonna have a merch store. I like the Cosmos merch store. I like the one that Alex Cosmonaut or whatever his name is doing. I like the store. I use it all the time, man. Look, all of this crypto merch, I get it over there. I pay for it with Bacana using Cosmos Pay. I think it's fantastic. I know he's still talking about launching a token. I was like, dude, don't make me do this. All right, you're gonna tokenize a merch store. It works. All right, you're making some money. Be happy. Don't do a Lavana. All right, guys. So anyway, we'll be back with the rest of your questions. I got nothing but time tonight, but we do have to tell. I don't know if I can do this one, Belle. I don't know if I could do this read. This is sketchy, man. This one's tough. I want to start trying to ride the envelope of getting banned. That's it. Because if YouTube bans me, then that will inspire me to spin up the live peer provider and just do decentralized streaming. And then there's nothing you can do to me because I'm not beholden to anybody. It's not like we make money on YouTube. It's not worth our time. But you know what? Okay. Basing it on that, Belle, we're going to go ahead and do our next sponsor, man. This is going to be tough, guys. I'm sorry, man. You know what? I've hyped it up too much. I don't think it's going to be any good there. So I'm just going to go ahead and read this up. And if we get banned, we get banned. Hey there, aspiring podcasters. Now, this is perfect because I keep seeing on Twitter all these people that are, I'm going to do a podcast and a YouTube. I'm going to spin it up because now's the time. So I'm here to help you. And that's what inspired this very sponsor. Hey there, aspiring podcasters. Are you ready to elevate your podcasting game to levels that can only be described as Are you ready to elevate your podcasting game to levels that can only be described as, quote, 25-year-old sheltered white guy excellence? Well, we are introducing to you for the first time only the White Guy Podcasting Kit. It's it's got everything you need to turn your mom's basement into a podcasting studio that screams, I've got a lot of opinions about stuff and things. Now picture this. A set of 3 identical plaid shirts for that classic everyman aesthetic, a collection of coffee mugs for that authentic I'm just a regular guy vibe, and a flip-flop collection because who needs formal footwear when you're podcasting from a basement? Are you worried about authenticity? Fear not. Fear not. We've included a manual on how to nod knowingly, even when you're alone, and you will likely be alone for your whole life. So revel in it. Nobody cares. Order now and receive a free PDF guide on discussing obscure 90s movies like you were there. Unleash the white guy wisdom with the White Guy Podcasting Kit, because every opinion deserves a podcast. Order now. Your 3 years and 4 views suggest that you're doing it wrong, guys. And we're going to be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, aspiring podcasters, welcome back to the Podcasts. Thank you. I got to ask the audience, man, I was really on the shelf about that one. Was it funny, sarcastic, humorous, or was that just downright insulting? I'm not sure which way to go with that. I was hesitant, but I feel okay about it. Bell. Anyway, guys, let us know. Carry on, Bell.
All right, Makokata Streamwalker, regarding our first sponsor, Giant Steel Spike, Auto Jousting.
I'd be cool with that. Either way, I don't care, man. I'm tired of I'm just tired of bad drivers, dude. How important are you? All right. I mean, what are you? Do you have the nuclear codes and you just can't miss a phone call or some shit like that, man? Look, you're driving. Pay attention to driving. And if you're not, pull out the airbag, stick a big ass steel spike over there. I bet you don't get tired. Carry on, Bell.
All right. So next question coming in from Femex. What is the best way to ride a 10K account to $1 million in a year?
I don't think it can be done. I'll tell you what. We if you followed our Patreon, I think we did incredibly well, considering the market conditions and all that other stuff, what we started with. We started with $4,700 mid-September. The wallet is currently sitting at about $56,000. So we did that in about 3.5 months. I consider that incredibly successful. If you want to do 10,000 to $1 million, get lucky on a meme. I mean, that's literally it. I don't see anything else that is gonna do that. If it would, if it could have, I already would have. There is one way you could have done it. That right now, had you been in very, very heavy in Jackal, in a cash, and a lot of the other ones 90 days ago, you'd be in a much better position. But without hyper aggressive trading, a lot of leverages, catching 10x, 15x, 20x, getting every single one of them right, I don't know how you would do it. I certainly couldn't. Anyway, hope that answered the question. Bell, carry on.
All right, Amadeo, what flavor we vaping on tonight, Scott?
Let me see. I think it's called glazed flakes. It's I don't know, man. Look, they're all the best one. The best one I ever had. You can't find it anymore. But there was a time for back about 20 years ago when it was really, really niche and very, very cult-like. It was vaping, and the best one that I ever had was called. I don't know, Belle. Should I mention the leprechaun one? It was called leprechaun. It was called leprechaun semen. This is the type of communities that these things had back then, and it was a wonderful vape. And I thought of it as kind of like a defense mechanism. If I'm ever attacked by a leprechaun, I'm ready. I'm conditioned for this, man. It's like aversion therapy. But this, I don't know. They're all kind of the same anymore. Glazed flakes. That's what it is. Belle, carry on.
All right. So Makokata Streamwalker chiming in with, can you vape bourbon?
Can you vape bourbon? I don't know. You can vape pot. Those are all over the place. Those are real easy to get, by the way. You can even get those in Iowa. You need a medical marijuana license, but I assure you, any doctor in the state of Iowa will say, yeah, you know what, you got anxiety. Here's some pot. So it's not like it's hard to get, man. Those days are also behind us. So until I get, what is that thing? Vapor teenies. That's kind of a thing where they put the alcohol in this tube and you get a glass straw. It's almost like smoking crack, and they heat up the alcohol and you just breathe all that in. So sure, you can vape bourbon, man. We're a modern society now, babe. Appreciate that question. Belle, carry on.
All right. So Eric from Astrovault, I have a question for year end. How do you envision your DeFi experience being different by the end of next year? What do you feel like you're missing the most right now? Leverage, NFTs, entertainment, and engagement?
Entertainment. Entertainment's the thing that I think the entire space is missing right here. Simply the fact that I have to broadcast on YouTube tells me about Web3, decentralization, all right, getting away from the man. And the fact that the only real good platform that I can live stream on right now is YouTube tells me everything I need to know. We are missing it. We are missing the opportunity. So entertainment is what I think the entire space as a whole is missing. That's what I am more than happy to invest in. I think Flix is going to get there. They're not there yet, but I think that they can definitely bring some value. But what do I see changing between 2023 and 2024? Another zero on my wallet. That's what's going to on all my wallets. That's what's going to change from 2023 to 2024. Dude, I'm positioned. All right, I was positioned early, and another zero. That's what's missing from my space. Are you asking what do we need over there on Astrovault? I've told you that 1,000 times, man, but I still don't see it. You need a ticker. Look how boring this is. Look at your decks, dude. I'm going to call it. Where's a ticker up here? Where's something up here? All right, it just lays there. And if Benji's watching, Benji, put the goddamn ticker up there. I don't care how hard it is. All right, look, put something up there. And by the way, you should write this down, Eric from Astrovault. Put something up there. And let me give you money to put a custom message on that ticker right there that goes across right there on across the top of your board. I will give you money, and you run my message for a fixed amount of time. Do you know what that's called? Advertising. And nobody's doing it. Nobody's doing it. If you want to blow out in this space from a marketing standpoint, a community standpoint, be first. And we're telling it to you. So, Eric, I hope that answered the question. You got my number, man. Carry on, Belle.
All right. Ruben Upon, what is the most valuable lesson you learned last year?
Know when to sell. Discipline, man. Look, crypto is... There's a lot of young investors over here. I've been doing this for 30 years in every market imaginable. I've traded future commodities. I've traded oil. I've traded everything. I was part of the dot-com bust. I lost $1 million in 3 days. And back then, that was all the money in the world to me. And in fact, it was all the money in the world that I had. So I've been zeroed out, man. What did I learn? Have a plan. That's the whole thing. Most people come over here, they have no plan whatsoever. Even we still got people in podcasts have no plan. Have a plan. Even a bad plan is better than no plan. You absolutely need to have a plan, and you need to have the discipline to stick to it. If you can do that, you will be long-term successful in this. You absolutely will. And you need to understand that even if you miss, it's nothing personal. Not everybody gets all of them right. I don't get them all right. I get about 65 to 70% of them right, but I'll bomb on 30% of them. But I will shake it off, and you know why? Because right here, you see what that says? You see what that says right there? It says, "This too shall pass." And that's another reminder that I think any serious investor needs to understand is that tomorrow hasn't been written yet, and today is not tomorrow. So understand that even when you miss, if you were sticking to your plan, it's not a critical miss. But if you weren't sticking to your plan and you rode that meme coin down 8,000% and now you're dead fucking bust, it's because you didn't learn a very, very basic lesson called realizing profits. I think it's critical. Anyway, hope that answered the question. Bell, carry on.
All right, Black Tornado, how do you track for your taxes?
I have a guy for that. I'll just leave it there. I'm kind of in a different tax bracket, man. That's really where we're at, and I'm very incredibly well diversified. But look, I pay somebody to do that, man. I don't have that kind of time. I make hundreds of trades every day, so no, I don't have the time. But I pay somebody to take care of that for me, and I'm not going to offer any advice on that because fuck do I know? I don't know, man. I pay someone to do it. Anyway, carry on, Bill.
Always Wanderlust. Hey man, how do you bridge Jackal to Astrovault? Archway doesn't have that option.
Well, let's take a look here. Why don't we all do it together? I'm sure I have some Jackal on this wallet. So let's, I'll tell you what, let's do it like this. I like to do them live, man, just show everybody. All right, we're going to move a Jackal. I'll tell you what, we're going to withdraw 10 Jackal right here off from Osmosis. So we're going to withdraw 10. We're going to pay the 0.01 cent of Osmo to move the Jackal. Now, this is going to export it over to my Kepler wallet. So it doesn't really matter where you buy the Jackal as long as that Jackal is going to exist over on Kepler. So I'm telling you right now that the transaction happened, transaction successful, life's good, and then you come over here to Astrovault. Now, you see these things right here. You see those little tabs right there? So I think that should look different. By the way, Benji, I have some ideas. I'm just putting it out. You always ask for feedback. That's not wonderful. You come over here to manage tokens, and you can get X asset. You can deposit from IBC or withdraw to IBC. So I happen to have a little bit on here right now. So if I wanted to withdraw, I could withdraw up to, Jesus, 120,000. But we're not going to do that. We're going to deposit because that's what you asked. So in this case, we're going to put in 10 Jackal because that's what we pulled off from there. That's $3.1. And we're going to go ahead and hit the deposit button. Now, this is where it gets a lot easier because we're not paying Archway to import the tokens. We're paying native tokens, and in this case, it's Jackal. So always leave a little bit of dust. If you're moving in 10 Jackal, then make sure you have 11 so that you got a little bit of dust. Wait for it. This is not going to reflect real well in my balance, guys. I got a lot of this just kind of sitting here idle, but I'm sure you're going to get the rub. So we pay it. We pay the micro transaction penny-ish of Jackal, and then the IBC transfer was successful. We go ahead and dismiss this if I can, and close that up. So if we were to come back to my like it did update. So if we were to come back over here, you're going to see an additional 10 Jackal sitting right there. So that's from Osmosis, which is most likely, if you're not familiar with Astrovault, odds are good. Most likely you purchased it on Osmosis, export it to your Kepler wallet, come over to Astrovault at astrovault.io. Bell, put that link in the chat, please, and do exactly what I did. Hit the button, hit the deposit from, choose how much, enter amount, hit go, and pay the gas. And you are there. Hope that answered the question. I know it did. Carry on, Bell.
All right. So Black Tornado, practical question. Is there some place to find out all the Cosmos staking APRs versus scavenger hunting?
I don't use it anymore because I don't do a lot of staking. I stake a cash, I stake Jackal, I stake Bicana. Everything else I'm not, and Dissenter. I'm not terribly interested in anything else. I got to be long in the token, real long in the token to stake, and I'm only really long on about 4. Cosmos Pug. If somebody wants to go out there and do a look on Cosmos Pug, I don't have it saved anymore, but Cosmos Pug was really, really good about that. And they did the work. They have some validators out there, but Cosmos Pug is probably where I'd take a look. And Bell, after the next question. Ask the next question, then look it up and see if that's there. I want to see if I'm right or not. But carry on, Bill.
And New Type hit us with the $5 super chat saying, find me the next project that is a replica of Mirror Protocol. Please, I miss that dApp.
Oh, I miss Mirror, man. I loved Mirror. And the fact that somebody hasn't built that out over here again, I miss Mirror. That seems like such a... Everybody's talking RAWs now, real world assets. That's all they want is RWAs. Everybody's talking about that. What better way? Mirror was absolutely fantastic because you could trade simulated against Netflix or against Microsoft or against Apple. But Tesla was on there, for God's sakes. But it was a perfect system that you could get it and trade legacy world stocks. It's a simulation of it, but the money was the same, so that you could trade real world legacy world stocks, and you could do it right there, only basically paying gas, small transaction fees. Man, it was fantastic. And when Terra took a shit, so did Mirror, and nobody's brought that back yet, man. We're too busy trying to invent magic internet money instead of just focusing on things that people like me will shove millions of dollars into. I mean, honestly, look, man, it goes up, it goes down. It's not going to be on you. You make your money on the transactions, and it's a really, really good way to make a living. So I haven't found it yet. If it exists anywhere, I promise you I'm going to be there, and I promise you I'm going to make videos. Great question. Carry on, Bell.
Black Tornado, do you think Bitcana will be adopted beyond its current retail space?
It will in Europe. It's doing okay over in Europe. You know, America is still very Puritan, and even though everybody's getting high now, and there's pot, you know, basically every state has legalized it. For some reason, they don't see the advantage of digital currencies and privacies in the cannabis industry. Europe does, but America. Nah, man, we need a changing of the guard before it's really going to take off over here. I think it has good earning potential, not rocket level stuff. You're not going to see Bitcana at 80 cents. It's not going to happen. But it has very good staking APR and a good solid product that runs with Atom. So if you're believing in, you know, that kind of cartel focus, you get a lot more APR staking Bitcana than you do staking Atom. And the tokens run together. You know, it is what it is. Anyway, carry on, Bill.
And John S. hit us with the $10 super chat saying Happy New Year.
You didn't hit me with the... I don't need your money, bro. I appreciate it. We don't do this for tips. It all goes to Bell. I don't pay her shit. I don't pay her anything, man. Carry on, Bell.
Bud, Scott, will you ever be all or mostly in cash stables and try and exit as the market gets frothy? Basically, will you ever exit crypto?
Not at this time. Will I ever exit crypto? Sure. I mean, I think everybody who's in here at one time will get to that point in their life. There's like, you know, okay, we're done. It was great. I've exited a lot of different things, a lot of different positions, a lot of different everything, man. Eventually, you just move on to the next thing. But I'm not there with crypto. I don't see me really being there for 10 years. I'm going to die of a massive coronary long before I exit crypto. So... yeah, I mean, but can I ever say never gonna leave? No, there's no way, man. You got to stay fluid. If there's a better opportunity to make money somewhere else, money's gonna go where it's treated best. Right now, it's being treated very, very well in crypto for me. But if there's a place that is going to be treated better, of course I'm going to move over there. I mean, who wouldn't? It's not a matter of sticking to your ethos or anything like that. If you're capital investment and your job is to turn money into more money, you're going to have to put that money where it's treated best. And, you know, it is what it is. Carry on, Bill.
Mucky Muck, got $500 for Christmas and want to invest it in crypto. What would you invest it in? I know, not financial advice.
No, I won't even begin to talk about that, dude. Look, there's a thing in crypto reporting particularly among these scammy assholes that will go out of their way to tell you how to spend your money. They did not help you earn the money. You shouldn't give them even a second. Anybody will say, you need to buy this. Tune it out, man. Tune it out. All right, because it's what they consider a good. If they think it's such a good investment, then fucking invest your own money in it, man. You don't need to get other people to come in behind you, because you should be investing in smart tokens that get organic growth, that don't simply move up and down because people buy and sell them. If it will only move up and down because people buy and sell it, then it's a meme by every standard. It's a meme. I'm saying you could do better. Now, I show you where I put my money, and that's it. All right, but I'm never going to tell someone you need to invest in this. I mean, what kind of ego is that? Who the fuck does that? So, no, sir, I have no particular recommendations for you. Go back, look at my videos. You see what I like. I'm going to leave it there. Carry on, Belle.
Vicky Boy SC. Hey, Scott, I know you don't like giving price predictions, but do you see Jackal getting to $2 in 2024?
I would... Based on my personal experience working in the data storage industry, they're a data storage company. If they market smartly, and what I mean is you put the privacy and the security element as a feature of the product, not the mainstay of the product, even though it is. But most people don't care about that. Most people are using Google every single day. It's clear that they don't care about privacy, security, or anything like that. If they change their marketing over to a price focus as opposed to privacy, security, and cult, and you're just a dick if you don't use it. If they change it over there to a price standpoint, a comparable AWS offering to what Jackal is offering right now at $8 per terabyte, because this is hot storage with no ingress or egress. A comparable AWS product to what Jackal is offering right now is $162. You can look it up. That is 1 terabyte of hot data storage with ingress and egress charges, because Amazon, Microsoft, Facebook, Google, they make their money on ingress and egress, and they're going to charge the shit out of you for it. Jackal doesn't. So if they stick to this, we're every bit as fast, but we are a tenth the price. If they go that direction, they are absolutely going to blow out. It'll just take time. Everything takes time in infrastructure. But if they do that, they are absolutely going to blow out. I see them having no issue with the $500 million market cap. And you can laugh, hit me up, because when that thing was at 2 cents, you were telling me what a stupid asshole I was. What's it at now? I work in this fucking industry. I know how it works. I would see no issue with Jackal having a $500 million market cap. What will that make the token worth? No idea. I don't know. I don't break it out like that, but I know you guys do. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Belle, carry on.
Black Tornado. Bella, do you have a favorite Cosmos hidden gem? You know, Black Tornado, I'm actually pretty open about what Cosmos tokens I'm holding. My favorites are actually Bitcana, FET, and Jackal, of course. I haven't hidden any of those from you guys, and yeah, pretty heavy in all 3 of those. So yeah, that's where we're at with that.
FET, Singularity, and FET, Singularity, a Cash, Jackal, Dissenter. Basically, anything you see over here on Astrovault, basically anything you see over here, they're never going to get FET. FET's too big now. But basically, anyway, I'm sorry, you didn't ask me that question. Yes, Belle, she answered it wonderfully. Carry on, Belle.
John S., I know technical analysis is mostly hindsight, but what do you think about the cup and handle forming over on Jackal?
You know, there's a couple ways to look at this. Technical analysis, and I'm going to be talking very, very metaphorical here. Don't take this personally. You asked the question. But technical analysis is akin to religion for certain economic people. Now, I'm a religious person. I don't shy away from that. I don't jump on the soapbox, but yes. So what I'm saying is I understand it philosophically. You feel the way you feel. But technical analysis, you can look at this 2 ways. One, market sentiment is absolutely critical. If you want to cause these kind of really crazy FOMO tulip frenzies, man, market sentiment is very, very critical. If everybody thinks something is going to go up, the market itself with a lot of money pouring into something because they see the cup and handle can make it go up. Is it something that I will bet on? No, it is pure hokum all the way up and down. There is no way that what happened will affect what's gonna happen. It simply is not true. But if there's a strong enough force that happens to believe in this, that happens to believe in the TA oracles, that happens to believe in the oracle on the mountain, cross my palm with silver, and I'll tell you what the next winner is. If there are enough people that believe in that, then it becomes a supply and demand issue. A lot more people want it. The supply remains static, so the price goes up. Couple of different ways to work on that. Now, do I bring that into my consideration of what I'm going to buy or don't buy short term? Absolutely. But do I believe that there's any accuracy to it? Absolutely not, man. There's no way. Because you notice the funny thing about TA is nobody ever tells you to sell. Isn't that kind of weird how that works, Mel? Nobody ever steps up and says, look, I see the dangling testicles here, man. You better sell, sell, sell. Nobody ever does that. It's always great time to buy, great time to buy. So anyway, that's, like I said, I'm of two minds about that, man. I'm not going to stand up and down and say absolutely not.
All right, so last question coming in from Ambadeo.
Why'd you cut me off? Go ahead.
Thoughts on carbon Dimex? They seem to be really building. I noticed nice improvements every time I visit.
I like it, but they're not there yet. They're not there yet to the point where I'll put my money in, and I'll just kind of I'll kind of leave it there. I don't dislike them, but they haven't convinced me yet. So that's it. Belle, did you say that is the last question?
That was the last one, yes.
Absolutely wonderful. Great questions tonight, guys, man. Way to pin us back. 2024 is going to be a different year for the podcast. I hope you guys will just continue on the journey with us, man. We love what we do. We love doing this. We love bringing it to you. We want to try to stay engaging, educational, informative, and entertaining, man, because that's what's missing from crypto. So next year is going to be a hell of a lot different for us. It's going to be a great year. It's going to be just a wonderful year in the market if you are doing the right thing. So yeah, and if you want to know what I'm doing, tune into the podcast, man. I don't hide wallets. I don't hide anything. So appreciate it. You guys gave us a wonderful 2023. We were proud to. We gave away a lot of money this year, Belle. How much did we give away? What was that? 8, 12, 13, 50? Probably somewhere between 18 and 20,000. I think we gave away on this channel. Is that about right, Belle?
That's about right. Yeah.
So we're more than happy to continue giving it away, and we will, because as we do well, everybody should do well. But we can't thank you guys enough. I can't personally thank you guys enough for continuing to support this channel, man. Look, you keep tuning in. We're gonna keep doing it. Even if you don't tune in, we're going to keep doing it. It's just fun. We enjoy it. But last show of the year, great show. I had a wonderful, wonderful time. Great audience. Can't thank you guys enough. Going to turn it over to the Belle. She's going to talk us up, talk us out. And I didn't get to do my last live read, which is, should I finish up with that real quick, Belle, before you read it out? Because this is the last live read of the year. Should I bring this one up and see if I get through it?
Yeah,
okay.
Finish up with that last live read.
All right, so the last live read of the year, guys. I don't know where this came from anywhere either. Ladies and gentlemen, gather around for a moment of culinary absurdity. Brace yourselves, because what I'm about to unveil will have you exclaiming, I sure as shit can believe this isn't butter. Introducing, wait for it, not even close to butter substitute. Yes, friends, you heard that right. Are you tired of spreads claiming to be buttery but tasting like disappointment and shame? Say hello to our concoction. It's so far from butter, you will question your taste buds and your life choices. It's bad. Imagine slathering something that vaguely resembles butter but is closer to intergalactic spaceship fuel on your morning toast. It spreads like a dream of a dairy-free nightmare. Are you worried about authenticity? Fear not, friends. Our product has never seen a cow, let alone a butter churner, so it is 100% vegan friendly. Order now and receive a free magnifying glass to find the microscopic resemblance to the real deal. Spread the disbelief with not even close to butter substitute, where the taste is anything but buttery. Order now. Bell, talk us up, take us out. Wonderful time. Go.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, for all of you who joined us this evening before the new year begins, we cannot thank you guys enough. Thank you so much for the abundance of questions that were asked. They do keep us on our toes and they do make us think. We are going to be back on Tuesday at our normal time of 6 p.m. Central Standard. In between now and Tuesday, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to email Scott or myself, Scott@ThePodocasts.com or Bella@ThePodocasts.com, and we'll get those answered for you. We do wish each and every one of you guys a happy and safe new year, and we will see you on Tuesday.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at The Podocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com.